Hey, what's up guys? I'm Luke. I posted on Instagram and asked you to send me in some questions, and about 130 of you did. I'm not going to get to all of them, but I'm going to do my best. I also tried really hard not to actually look at any of the questions beforehand so that I can have my first reaction to them in the video. Can you sing? Ah! 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 What is your most embarrassing moment? Ah! If there was one thing that you could change about the world, what would it be? I'm really not sure. I feel like there's so many things and I make videos about most of them. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? The Land Before Time is pretty freaking great, that's all I'm saying. What is a life lesson that you can teach us? If you're all nervous and upset and you're worrying about something or other that may or may not happen at some point in the future that you have absolutely no control of it, just cut it out because you're wasting your time. Also, donuts are good. What is the strangest thing you've ever done in a class/school? I'm not sure. One time I did this during a speech. I'm gonna kill you! Why or why not would you ever get a mohawk? I think that would look really weird on me. Somebody should Photoshop that. Here, I'll pose. There we go. Just take a screenshot of that and Photoshop it. How many colors can you name in a minute? Originally, when I was reading that off, I tried doing it like a robot voice, and I was like, how many colors can you name in a minute? But then I figured nobody's actually gonna be able to understand that, so yeah, let me think. Okay, bringing up a timer. Okay, started. Red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, pink, fuchsia. Azul is just a Spanish word. What have I missed? Atomic tangerine, maroon, beige, black and white. I have no idea how many that was. Total. Psst. Fail. Do you believe in aliens? If anyone's wondering how to make that sound, you just go and ooh at the same time. Great for freaking people out, especially if it's like at night and you can just run up behind them and go like right in their ear or something. I've done that. I'd say no, just because of all the tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of tiny little things that have to be just exactly perfectly right for life to be able to exist. And I know some people are gonna say, wow, that is so egotistical for you to think that our planet is the only one that life could have possibly evolved on. Okay, first off, evolution is the stupidest, most ridiculous, idiotic theory I've ever come across, and I've done a speech on it, I've done a ton of looking into it, and I'm going to be posting a video on it, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't for 1 second believe evolution. I mean, think about it. Mutations happen when something loses information. So if something is always losing information by mutating, even if that mutation is beneficial, it still has lost information and not gained anything new. Some people will be like, oh, what about antibiotic-resistant bacteria? Aren't they evolving and becoming more complicated and blah, blah? No, they're losing information, which makes them not be affected. True, so that, I guess, is good for the bacteria, but if you put that back with the original bacteria, pretty soon the original bacteria takes back over and the other one dies out because it's able to survive better. I really want to talk about this now. I really need to make that video, but in the meantime, I will show you this short little clip to just sort of summarize.
Evolutionists believe that all forms of life evolve, meaning that they are adding complexity, they are adding information. This can be depicted by an upward graph. Now, this is all hypothetical. It has never once been proven in a laboratory setting or in the field. What scientists do observe on a regular basis, however, is the recombining of already existent information, meaning no additional complexity being added, which can be represented by a horizontal line. In other words, variations within the same kind of animal, but all resulting from the same genetic information. Nothing added, nothing subtracted. They also occasionally witness mutations that result in the loss of genetic information. This can be represented by a downward slope, or the loss of complexity, the loss of information. Now, sometimes they try and confuse you, and they will point to something that they claim is a beneficial mutation that is actually the result of losing genetic information. But the way that that works is an organism losing a protein that a virus or bacteria attacks. Therefore, if the organism no longer produces and creates that protein, this virus that was attacking them is no longer able to. And they credit that as a beneficial mutation when in reality, it is the loss of genetic information and cannot possibly quantify as evolution. If anything, it's de-evolution. Now, when we look at these graphs, we know that the creation of new information has never once been observed, tested, or proven, even possible. The horizontal line accurately depicts no information being added or lost, while still creating variations within the same kind of animal. Now, the downward slope, as I described, explains the loss of genetic information. Now, the thing with this is, you can't continue losing genetic information and still see beneficial mutations. The vast majority of the time, when you lose genetic information, it's a negative thing. So yes, while scientists can occasionally point to the loss of genetic information being a benefit to a particular animal, not only is that extraordinarily rare, but it actually shows de-evolution.
But yeah, getting back to the original question, no, I don't believe in aliens because I believe that Earth was created specifically for us, and that's why it works and everything's able to I mean, I suppose there could be like ducks or kittens on some other planet and that was perfectly created for them, but I don't know, I kind of doubt it. Top 3 favorite movies? The Matrix, Inception, Interstellar. Do you like corn? Yes, I ate some earlier. Can you write a rap about toilets? Yeah. When your toilet gets clogged, you gotta use a plunger. Push that crap down and make it move under. Lyrics that I'm spitting hitting home like thunder. Can I write a rap about a toilet, you wonder? Why can't penguins fly? Well, you see, as they evolved, the ability to fly became irrelevant and they slowly lost the abilities as their wings turned into flippy flappy flippers. Do you know Animal Jam? And if not, die. Well, I mean, I don't When will you do collabs with other YouTubers? I do them like all the time.
If 3D printers become widely accessible, what's the first thing you want to print?
A gun. Would you rather have fingers as long as legs or legs as long as fingers? Well, if I had fingers as long as legs, I could be like, bee, 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 and I could like grab stuff that's really far away without having to get up. But then if I had legs as long as fingers, I'd be like, and I couldn't really walk very fast or far. So, I'm gonna pick the fingers as long as legs. That'd be fun. If you ever had the opportunity to go live on Mars, would you go? Probably not, but that would be really cool. Maybe I could go live on Mars for a week. I think I could do that. I'd go live on Mars for a week. Travel the world or go to space? I wanna travel the world. You'll get that in like a year. If you could become a cat for a day, what would you do? What do you want to do as a future career? This. Think about all the turkeys in the world right now. Imagine you're a turkey. Imagine your best friend Carl, who is also a turkey, gets taken away and you don't see him for a few days, but then you look in a window to see Carl being eaten by people. Now go back to being a human. Will you ever eat a turkey again? No! I'll never eat a turkey again! Because I don't like turkey in the first place! If you could live in any fictional world, where would it be?
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Where would you hide in a zombie apocalypse? I've probably actually thought about this one way too much. I think what I would do is I would either build a structure or maybe like take a house and I would just go upstairs and I would destroy the staircase. And then I would maybe like put a ladder there or something, and then I would just climb up it and pull the ladder up, and then I would be pretty much safe during the nights. Then thinking more long term, what I would do is I would probably build something that like you climb up a ladder and then you walk across like a 2x4 board that's fairly long, because like I can do that easily and probably a lot of people could, but a zombie has no balance and definitely could not and would just fall off. And then maybe I could have some sort of extra like plank that you could pull across as a little like backup precaution. What would you choose? Your whole life heard one song or multiple songs one time? Multiple songs one time, because it would be really, really annoying if you could only hear the same song over and over and over for your entire, that would be horrible. Can you jump off a skyscraper and be fine? No, but my brother can, and we made a video of it a long time ago. Favorite piece of fan art you received? What's your favorite store to shop at? Would you rather fight one elephant-sized duck or 100 duck-sized elephants? Well, I definitely wouldn't want to find a elephant-sized duck because that would be horrifying. Those things are evil. But imagine 100 duck-sized elephants. Like, those would be the cutest little elephants in the world. I would keep all of the 100. I wouldn't fight them. I would just keep 100 duck-sized elephants as pets. And then maybe I'd sell a couple of them to zoos and get famous and rich for my new discovery of duck-sized elephants, and the rest I would keep as pets. They both have rabies. I would get vaccinated against rabies and do the exact same thing. Would you you rather have 20 toes or 20 fingers? Well, if I had 20 fingers, I could type on 2 keyboards at the same time. But having 20 toes would be awful, I think, because, you know, once you get past 4 on each foot, you just start bashing them into everything. I would definitely take 20 fingers. What advice do you have for anyone who wants to be a YouTuber? And how do you do the editing stuff that you do? Well, obviously, I can't explain how I do all of my editing stuff in just a short little video. It just really just takes years of practice and trial and error, and that's how you get good at it. But for anybody who wants to be a YouTuber, I say you should just go make a channel and start right now, even if you don't have any good equipment. Your first like 40 videos are gonna just completely suck. Really, basically just for the first probably 3 something years that you're doing it, you're just gonna, it's like, you'll feel like it's good, and other people will be like, it's okay. And it takes tons and tons and tons of practice before you get any good. Like even my stuff from like a year ago, I'm not happy with now. The longer you're doing it, the more you learn, the better quality you get. And like I said, I didn't start off with anything good, but once you are able to like slowly buy better equipment, what I would recommend is get a Canon T3i without the lens, because the kit lens, which I have somewhere around here, the kit lens that comes with it is kind of not that great, and you end up paying like 80 bucks for it. But if you get the camera with just like the body only, and then you buy separately a Canon 50mm f1.8 prime lens, which is just slightly more expensive. I think I got mine for like 80 something, but I had like a $10 off coupon. If you poke around on eBay, you could probably get it for like 90 bucks. You could even be like used or refurbished or whatever, as long as it works. Just get like a Canon T3i, which is what I'm using right now, for like 330 bucks if you're smart on eBay, and then instead of getting it with a kit lens, just get it, you know, body only, so you can get that cheaper price. Then get the Canon 50mm f1.8 prime lens. Basically, f1.8 means that the aperture can open really wide, which lets in a whole lot more light, and then because of physics and angles of light and stuff like that, it lets you have a really blurry background. So basically, small number means blurry background, big number means like everything is in focus and it doesn't look that good. The only downside to it is that it's 50mm, which means it's quite zoomed in, so basically it has to be pretty far away from you to get the picture. You can't like zoom it in and out. The kit lens you can, but it doesn't look as good, so it's, you know, there's a balance. So yeah, get a Canon T3i. The T2i doesn't have a flippy screen, which is very important, and then the T4i is not really worth paying the extra money for. Get a Canon 50mm f1.8 prime lens. Then for audio, go ahead and buy a Rode VideoMic Pro. They're usually like $230, but I waited and got mine for $160 on eBay. So if you just wait around and pick up one of these on eBay, you can probably get it for a lot less than what it normally sells for. And if you're wondering why I'm not using it right now, it's because I'm using my Rode NTG2. I'm probably screwing up the audio right now by having it so close. But yeah, personally, I think the Rode NTG2 is a better mic, but just the mic is like $300, something like that. And you need to be able to record into something like a Zoom H4n like I'm using right here, which is another $100 or something. I don't even remember the prices. But I know both of them together ended up costing me like $500, and the audio quality is better than what I get from this, but this is like $100 something bucks, and the other is like a $500 setup. Plus, with this, you don't have to worry about syncing the audio together in post. I would just go ahead and stick with this, and then when you're ready to upgrade, you can get a Rode NTG2 and a Zoom H4n. The one thing that's annoying about this is since you put it on top of your camera, if you're trying to do a shot where your camera is like really far away, then the mic's also really far away, and you can't like, you know, stick it close up like you could with this thing. Kind of situation, what I'd probably do is I would record the whole scene, and then I would move the camera really close and just have this up there recording, you know, re-record the audio, but just not use, and then use the audio from that clip and the video from the other clip. If that makes sense. Wow, that was a really long side tangent. And for lights, you can go ahead and pick up a couple soft boxes like I have here. You can just grab some on Amazon. I got these 3 for $150, so like 50 bucks each, which isn't, I don't think, too bad. Basically, let me show you my setup here. I have this soft box there, then one here, and then I have one back there doing my hair. I put that light behind me to sort of make my head stand out a little bit, just by adding that nice little thingy there. Then I want to fill in this side of my face, ta-da, and then I want to make my skin look super soft, so, even lighting all over my face. But if you don't want to spend 150 bucks on lights when you're just starting out, you can go ahead and just like use natural light. Just film near a window, just maybe have the window there, and then stick your camera facing you, so that you know, get the light on your face pretty evenly, especially if it's like an overcast day and the shadows are really soft. That will look better than if it's super hard lighting where you've got like a really hard shadow on one side of your face. But yeah, that's the end of the questions, and I hope you guys liked it. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want, or Twitter, and I will post again when I'm doing another Q&A, so that you guys can, you know, for things to me to, yeah, The turtle coming up with the flirtle. Tingly raps, and I forget that I'm even on camera.